Welcome to this video where we are going to be talking about the Assimilation Swarm today for the Tyranids new Codex. We're going to be running over enhancements, stratagems available to the detachment, as well as some key units, and then running through a list. So, Michael, what is the army rule for the Assimilation Swarm?
Well, George, it's called Feed the Swarm.
Feed the Swarm.
This detachment is all about regenerating units, recycling biomass. We call it, what was it, the recycle?
This is the recycle bin of the Tyranids.
Right, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
Exactly that. Okay, so in your command phase, each harvester unit, so that's a keyword you'll find on the data sheet, from your army that is within range of an objective marker you control, can regenerate one friendly Tyranids unit within 6 inches of it.
Right, okay.
A unit can only be regenerated once per phase.
Cool.
Each time a unit regenerates, do one of the following. One model in that unit regains up to D3 lost wounds.
Nice.
One destroyed infantry model, excluding characters, is returned to the unit with its full wounds remaining.
Right, okay.
And if it's an endless multitude unit, up to 3 destroyed models are returned instead.
Fantastic.
Yeah, this is probably one of the detachments that has the most scope for different ways to play it.
Okay, cool.
It's probably very important to cover what the harvester units actually are.
Yes, so what are they?
So we have the Harrow specs.
Yep, so the Combine Harvester over here.
Yep, that's the one. Yep, that's the one.
Yep.
We have Pyrovores, because they melt things with their sort of acid spray.
Yep, so our Arsonists.
That's the one.
Yep, cool.
Yep, okay. And then we've got the Psychophage, which is the big smoky spider.
Smoky
with the
spider.
Tentacles.
Yep, cool.
Yep, that eats things.
Yep.
And then we also have Ripper Swarms.
So
I believe that's it.
little babies.
Little babies, little Ripper Swarms.
Mm.
So if one of these is in range of an objective marker you control in your command phase, if you're within 6 inches of them, you can regenerate a unit.
So if you're within 6 inches of a Ripper,
that's on an objective that you control in your command phase,
you could potentially bring back a warrior.
Yes.
Wow.
It's quite potent for a
got,
Ripper, isn't it?
He's got a big mouthful.
They're busy little bees, the Rippers.
Yeah, they are.
People don't understand quite their role in Tyranid society. But they're busy worker bees, helping the rest of the guys, you know.
It's like a neat movie. They're the stars of the movie.
Okay, let's move on.
All right, Mike. So let's look at some enhancements next.
But before we continue, I'd like to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, The Outpost. If you're looking for great deals on your miniatures, paints and gaming supplies, we've got you covered. Their wide variety of exceptional service makes them the go-to destination for all hobby needs. So don't wait, check out The Outpost today. Link in the description below.
Right, so the very first enhancement is Regenerating Monstrosity.
Right.
Tyranids model only, excluding monsters models.
Yeah.
Which is weird because it says it's a regenerating monstrosity, but you can't put it on monsters. Anyway, the bearer's unit can be regenerated up to twice per phase instead of once.
Right.
Obviously, because this is not on monsters, it's limited to who you can put it on. Best option, the prime option.
Yes.
Should we say is the
I see what you did there. The prime option.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a prime steak.
Or of course, you could have it on a Neurotyrant and bring back 6 Neurogaunts every turn.
Meh. We want it on our prime steak.
Yeah, we want it on our prime steak. Then we've got Instinctive Defense.
Cool.
This is pretty cool. So Tyranids model only. Whilst the bearer is within 6 inches of one or more harvester units, they can heroically intervene for 0 command points.
Great.
And in addition, while they're within 6 inches of any harvester units, they've got Fight First.
Right, okay. Nice. Just them or the unit?
Stay away from me and my son. Me and my Combine Harvester.
Your Combine Harvester, mate.
Stay away from my Combine Harvester, right?
Yeah. I would never go near him.
I don't actually know if Americans will get that. I don't think they call them Combine Harvesters.
What do they call them?
I can't remember, but it's something else.
Harrospexes.
Sure.
That's probably what they call them, mate.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay, so that's a really good one. I actually really like that one.
Yeah, same.
And the first one's not bad either. Then we've got Biophagic Flow, which is an aura.
Cool.
While a harvester's within 12 inches of the bearer, they can regenerate at 9 inches instead of 6.
Cool.
It's okay.
Yep.
And then we've got Parasitic Biomorphology. Add 1 to the strength characteristic of melee weapons equipped by models in the unit.
Okay, great.
The first time the bearer's unit destroys an enemy unit in the fight phase, while the bearer is within 6 inches of one or more harvester, units. Until the end of the battle, add 1 to the attacks characteristic of melee weapons equipped by models in the bearer's unit.
I really like that on the Prime with the Warriors.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely making them a bit stronger in combat. Because they're already, I think, strength 5.
Yeah, I think they're strength 5 as a
So
base.
strength 6, you're suddenly breaking that threshold. So custodians, you would have been on 4s.
Yeah.
And then a potential extra attack when you do that. But they've already got 6 each.
They've got 6 each, yeah.
So 7 attacks each.
7 attacks, AP2. That's not bad at all.
Yeah. And sustained because it's got the prime in.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Not bad. I think
bad.
that's really good actually.
Yeah, cool.
I would be tempted to put that in.
Yeah.
Cool.
So there are enhancements. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah,
not bad actually. Some pretty decent choices in there. Weakest one's probably the 9-inch harvest.
Yeah.
But that's just because the other 3 are probably just better.
Yeah, I think the other 3 actually have a really good place. I don't know if there's an auto include. Maybe the
I think the regenerate twice on a warrior primes unit is incredible.
Actually, yeah, I think that's
you just bring back 2 warriors.
Yeah.
Every command phase.
And just surround them with rippers. Oh, I can see some nasty combinations, which actually we're going to come to, I'm sure. But
yeah,
okay, I like this. Cool. Right. Well, let's look at some stratagems next.
Okay.
Let's take a moment to appreciate Colourforge, our fantastic sponsor. Their range of spray paints has become our go-to for making our miniatures come to life quickly and efficiently. The quality and variety of colours they offer are truly unmatched, providing a smooth application for stunning effects every time. Check out Colourforge for your next hobby project.
Okay, Mike, so what are the stratagems we've got?
Okay, so the first one is Broodguard Impulse.
Okay.
1 command point in any phase when a harvester unit from your army has just been destroyed. So you can use the stratagem on that unit even though it was just destroyed. To the end of the battle, each time a Tyranids model makes an attack against the enemy unit that killed the harvester, you get +1 to the wound roll.
Ooh.
So normally that kind of stratagem's not amazing, but +1 to wound is an incredibly powerful buff.
Yeah, and sorry, who did you say it was going on?
So you use it on a harvester that was just killed.
Okay.
And then any Tyranid unit in your army that attacks the unit that killed the harvester.
So you get +1 to wound against the unit that killed a harvester. So anyone that kills rippers, you can literally go, cool, you've killed my rippers. Now I'm getting +1 to wound against that unit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Okay, pretty cool. All right, next one.
Reclaim biomass.
Cool.
Love this one. 1 command point, any phase when a Tyranid's unit from your army is destroyed.
Yep.
Before the last model in it is removed from play, you can select 1 harvester unit within 6 of the destroyed unit, and you get to regenerate as if it were the command phase, essentially.
And as if you was on an objective.
Yeah, you just get to regenerate
so
the Tyranid's unit within 6.
Brilliant. Great.
Brilliant.
So our
kill my rippers. I'm going to feed them to my guys and bring them back.
I'm going to feed them to my guys.
Reclaim biomass.
Poor rippers, mate.
They're pretty good, aren't they, in this attachment?
I think you
take tons of them.
Yeah, I think you max.
Well, you take 3 units of.
I think you take minimal units.
Yeah.
I don't think you actually do the big units. I think you go smaller units, except they're going to die, and just use them to basically feed the rest of your stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, fantastic.
Great, cool. What's the next one then?
Tyrannoformed.
I like
command point, command phase, 1 harvester unit in range of an objective marker you control. That objective marker remains yours until your opponent takes it at the start or end of any turn. So a sticky objective, basically.
Really powerful.
It's really good. I feel like because you only get to regenerate with harvesters if they're on an objective.
Yeah.
You're never really going to leave the objectives.
Well, here's my thinking. Again, it involves rippers.
Yeah.
But you could just have rippers go onto objectives and just die on it, right?
Yeah, but you'd need to have someone else on the objective to control it because rippers are OC 0. So that is the only downside. So you need someone else on there as well.
Cool. Right.
And then
makes sense.
And then you could do the sticky.
Okay.
So you could have a lictor and move some rippers up to where the lictor is that infiltrated.
Yeah.
And then go for sticky.
But you're investing I guess you're not investing too much, are you? But
yeah,
it's a bit of a niche one, right?
It's a niche one. It's more of a if turn 4 or 5 you need to get out there. You can play this and you keep your primary points while you go and engage the enemy.
It can come in handy.
Exactly.
Cool.
Exactly.
Nice. Next one.
Ablative Carapace.
Okay.
This is 2 command points.
Right.
But it is good.
Yeah.
So in your opponent's shooting phase or the fight phase, after targets have been selected, you select a harvest that was targeted. To the end of the phase, they get Feel No Pain 5+.
Right.
If they're in range of an objective marker you control, then until the end of the phase, they have Feel No Pain 4+ instead.
So just giving Harris specs a 4 Feel No Pain.
Yeah.
Sorry, Combine Harvester.
Sorry, Combine Harvester, 4+ Feel No Pain. It's just going to negate half the damage. Like, that's excellent. It's 2 command points, rightly so, because it's very strong.
Yeah.
But very powerful stratagem to stay alive.
Okay, so yeah, I can. That's amazing. Actually, I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really like that. And Pyro Balls.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool. Keeps them alive, and it works on the whole unit. So if you took 3 Pyro Balls,
that's what I'm thinking. Right,
you'd have 4 Feel No Pains on them all.
Nice. All right, next one.
Secure Biomass.
Cool.
1 command point, fight phase. You select a Tyranid unit from your army that hasn't fought yet. You get lethal hits.
Brilliant.
And if you are a harvester unit, you get crits on 5s.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Harris specs just got real dirty.
Yeah.
We'll cover what the Harris specs does a bit later.
Okay, right.
But yeah, very, very strong on Harris specs. Or anything else for that matter.
Yeah.
Rapacious Hunger.
Yep.
1 CP, fight phase. After you kill an enemy unit, and this is with any Tyranids unit, you can immediately regenerate.
Okay, cool.
And if you do so, if you're a harvester and you select 1 model to regenerate, you get 3 wounds back instead.
Cool. Right. So you just get, after you kill something, rather than, it's basically the opposite of the other stratagem where
that's right, where you die,
you get some, but this time when you kill, you get stuff back.
Yeah.
Mate, this actually seems like a really fun detachment.
I think this might be the most fun detachment, if I'm honest. Weirdly enough, all right, this detachment isn't, I don't think the star of this detachment is the harvesters themselves.
Okay.
The Harris specs is obviously very good, and we'll talk about it in a minute. But elite infantry benefits the most from this detachment.
Yes.
Because you're bringing back a model with 4 wounds left. So if you've got Tyrant Guard, and they're not the most outstanding unit in the book, but with 4 wounds each, toughness 8 and a 3-up save, bring about one of those every single turn. It's going to really take a toll on your enemy.
Yeah.
Likewise, your Hive Guard.
Yeah.
Bring back a Hive Guard every turn. Even your Warriors.
Your Warriors, I think
bringing the Warriors back again and again and again.
You'd probably want to take quite a few Warriors in this list, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll look at the list that you've created, and we'll run through that later.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, dude. Let's run through the units next.
Yeah. Let's do it.
And we'll go through that now.
And now for a word from our sponsor, C Studios. They are the experts in providing professional miniature painting services, ensuring your armies always look their best on the battlefield. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or just starting out, C Studios can help bring your miniatures to life. Don't miss out on their quality craftsmanship.
Okay, dude. What's the first unit you want to look at?
It's got to be the Harris specs.
Combine Harvester. Sorry.
Okay. It's got to be the Harris specs Harvester Combine. This is outstanding. Especially in this detachment. So toughness 11, 3-up save, 14 wounds. OC 4. And the OC's 4, that's great because it means against most vehicles of a similar size, it's higher OC.
Yep.
Like a Rhino or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Now, this guy has a cool precision shot, which is strength 6, AP2, D6 plus 1 damage with his tongue.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But more importantly, you've got the Ravenous Maw, which is 14 attacks. Hitting on 3s, AP1, 2 damage.
Nom.
You pop that strat for lethal on 5s, and that strength 7 don't matter. This thing is eating anything.
He has a voracious appetite, shall we say?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we've got Shoveling Claws, which is actually extra attacks.
Right, okay.
4 extra attacks. 3s to hit, strength 14, AP2, D6 plus 1 damage.
Strength 14?
Yeah. So not only do you get 14 bitey attacks, but you also get the claws, which do a ton of damage. It's got a cool ability. Each time it's selected to fight after resolving attacks, if it kills any enemy units, which is a tall order sometimes, because the whole unit's got to kill, then each enemy unit within 6 inches must take a battle shock test.
Cool.
Not bad,
Cool.
but the melee profile and versatility is fantastic on this guy.
Yeah, he's a standout in this detachment, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Cool. No, I really like him. Again, he's a monster. He's not hard to shift. You can give him the Feel No Pains. You can give him extra lethal.
Yep.
Yeah, fantastic. Brilliant unit. Tempted to take multiple.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. Next unit?
We'll talk about the Psychophage.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah, the spider with tentacle mouth.
Yeah.
And smoke.
Yep.
So the Psychophage has a 6-inch aura of Feel No Pain 6+, which is really handy actually, because with this detachment, what you want to do is make your elite infantry as hard to kill as possible.
Yep.
so that there's enough left for you to bring one back every turn.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
So this guy's great for standing on an objective, maybe next to some Hive Guard, because they also like being on objectives, giving them the feel and pain and bringing them back every turn.
Yeah, definitely.
Does get bonuses against units that are below starting strength and half strength, and is okay with the shooting and the combat. Relatively tough, but really is just a great like objective holder that gives out feel and pain.
Yeah,
it's like a nice cheap synergy unit.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, no, I really like him, and again,
the model's really cool as well.
The model is really cool. Again, it's something that's really apparent with this codex is you've got 3 main buffing units, which is your Psychophage, your Venomthropes, and your Zoanthropes.
Yep.
And they work well in pretty much every detachment, but him in this detachment specifically, he's a golden boy, isn't he?
He's nice. He's really good.
Nice. All right, next one.
I mean, Ripper Swarms, we've mentioned them already.
Yeah.
They're hands down the most efficient unit in this detachment.
Yeah.
Regardless of unit size, obviously minimum units is going to be best.
Yeah.
These guys, they do stuff for you if they die.
Yep.
And if they stay alive, they're very easy to hide, and therefore regenerate units without being a target.
Yeah.
Have these behind a wall, and you're regenerating friendly units nearby. Your opponent can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Absolutely amazing.
So they're great, and then if they are in combat, they can reduce OC for your opponent.
Cool.
Which is quite handy because that means you're more likely to control the objective and therefore regenerate.
They're a really good combo unit rather than solo dealing with something. But I was just thinking, you could give them lethal hits on 5s, and they got 6 attacks per base.
That is true. Yeah.
So
that would be pretty funny.
That would be pretty funny. Just a bunch of Rippers running onto a tank and just go no.
It is worth mentioning though, you can't return any models to the Ripper Swarm because they're not infantry.
Yeah.
But you could heal an individual base if you wanted to.
Pyrovores, that's the last.
Pyrovores are the last harvesters, so they're worth talking about.
I know they're relatively cheap. Flamer, obviously, so pretty decent for that profile alone.
Yeah, toughness 6, 3 up save, 5 wounds.
Cool.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, exactly.
If they shoot someone, then that target doesn't get cover.
It's pretty nice because there are some stuff with high AP in the army, so when you've got things that benefit from cover really well, like Space Marines, you can really start to impede that and make use of your AP the best.
Yeah, and it's twin linked, so it's reasonably reliable damage as well from a torrent weapon.
Exactly.
So not bad at all. Obviously, a unit of 3 of these could be quite good, especially with the Feel No Pain, as we mentioned.
Yeah.
And the Flamer Overwatch is not to be ignored either.
Exactly. No, I really like them. I love the new models for them as well. They look really cool.
They're very cool. They're very alien.
Yeah,
which
very alien. Yeah, exactly. But any other units you wanted to mention for this detachment?
I think warriors in general.
Yeah.
Both types. Obviously, I do just straight up think the shooting ones are better.
Okay.
Because they get those shooting attacks at range that make up for the extra attacks in AP in combat.
Yeah.
So they're very good. Just being able to stand on an objective, shoot stuff, bring models back, and fall back and shoot and charge. They're always active. So that I think is a fantastic unit. And the Prime obviously is a great way, a great vector for enhancements to buff the unit.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I like that, mate. I think there will be more your battle line, so to say, for the army. Obviously, they're not battle line in the book, but I mean, in terms of your force that you're
they're the higher OC units.
Exactly.
So you need them to hold the objectives.
Exactly. And then you've got your other stuff floating around to buff the army. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, should we look at an army list that you've created?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
We're grateful to have Frontline Gaming as our sponsor. They're a truly one-stop shop for all your gaming needs, from terrain and mats to an extensive range of miniatures in the United States. Plus, their community-focused events are known to foster what we call the Warhammer 40k spirit. So if you want to start playing at events and you're truly passionate about the game, then make sure you attend one of the next Frontline Gaming events.
All right, dude, so who's leading the army list?
Okay, so you got a few options here. I've gone for the Swarm Lord.
Cool, yeah.
Because I really like that 4+ Feel No Pain stratagem.
Yes.
I want to be using it every turn.
Yeah.
So I've got the Swarm Lord in there to generate extra command points.
Yep.
And I've also got a Hive Tyrant in there as well for the free stratagem.
Brilliant.
Okay,
cool.
so we got some great options there. Now, with both of those, well, with one of them, I'm going to have 3 Tyrant Guard.
Okay.
And it's going to be the Swarm Lord because that's the one that's going to go forward and do some damage in combat. Now, what this means is that I can regenerate that squad and bring back an entire Tyrant Guard.
Fantastic, right?
Great. And if that unit kills anything in combat, spend 1 command point and bring back a Tyrant Guard.
Yeah.
So they're going to keep the Swarm Lord alive for a very long time.
Yeah.
With this particular detachment.
Yeah, exactly.
So I really like these guys, and if you really want to, so I've given them bone swords and lash rips because it's damage 2. You can also, of course, get them lethal hits if you need to, because they're only strength 7.
Yeah.
And that would help the unit out as well.
Yeah.
So Swarm Lord and a Hive Tyrant, and we've got 3 Tyrant Guard. You can choose which one you want to put him in. We've then got 2 winged Tyranid primes.
Yep.
And they're both going to be attached to 6 warriors with range weapons, so 2 separate units of 6 range weapon warriors. One of them is going to have the enhancement to regenerate twice.
Yep.
And the other one's going to have the enhancement parasitic biomorphology.
Cool.
So that's +1 strength on their weapons.
Yep.
And if they do kill something in combat next to a harvester, then they're going to have an extra attack each as well.
Cool.
I think these are like your multi-purpose units.
Yeah.
You need them to stick around. You need them to be able to deal damage in every phase. So that's why I've gone for that one on them.
I like it.
The Hive Tyrant I've actually also given an enhancement.
Yeah.
So you can put this guy with the Tyrant Guard if you want to.
Yeah, sure.
But this is the one that allows them to heroically intervene for free.
Ooh.
And have fights first if they're near a harvester. So if your Tyrant is, let's say, on an objective next to a harvester, then your opponent really doesn't want to have to charge that harvester because they're going to get intervened and then fight first. The Tyrant's going to fight before you.
Yeah, exactly.
You could, of course, put him in the Tyrant Guard and it would make all of them fight first. But I think it's more of a defensive piece in this particular list.
Yeah, no, I really like that, mate.
So, getting fight first and heroic intervention all in one. Tasty package.
It's a full package, mate.
It's the full package.
Cool. Next thing?
Next, we've got 3 Harrispexes.
Right, okay. Yeah, sure.
Why wouldn't you?
No, exactly.
That's the detachment for it. They're all, as we've said, absolutely fantastic.
In this detachment.
In this detachment, especially.
Yeah.
Cool. So you take 3 of these every day of the week.
Yeah, every day of the week.
Then I've got a combo where I've got a Psychophage
Yep.
and 6 Hive Guard with shot cannons.
Cool.
The indirect versions are sadly a little mediocre.
Yeah.
But the shot cannons give you that anti-vehicle 2+. And it's damage 3.
Yeah, they're your grav weapon equivalents.
Exactly.
Cool.
So what you do is these guys sit on an objective with a Psychophage.
Yep.
And they just shoot away for the game. And then on top of that, if they overwatch on 4s.
Oh, fantastic.
So if you're in that matchup where you're against vehicles, you move onto the objective out to get line of sight on an enemy vehicle within 24 and you shoot it.
Yep.
If you don't kill it, don't worry, because if it moves, you're going to overwatch, hit it on 4s, and probably kill it then.
Exactly.
So these guys, and then of course we've got the Psychophage for the 6 that feel no pain, keeping them alive, meaning I can regenerate them more often.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Mate, I love it.
Cheeky combo.
Yeah, exactly.
2 individual Pyrovores.
Yeah.
Just want to spread the harvester around.
I love them.
And obviously if someone kills them, I now have the ability to make me +1 to wound against them, and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And then we've got 1 unit of 3 Ripper Swarms.
Cool.
I know in the Codex it says you can take them in 1s. And if that remains the same, then you just take 3 1s.
Yeah.
Because they're so absolutely bargain bucket cheap.
Bargain bucket. They are
bargain bucket Ripper Swarm cheap.
finger licking rippers.
Okay. Yes. Now the Harrispex is finger licking.
He is finger licking the Harrispex.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. KF. Wait, what would it be? HFC.
Harrispex fried chicken. Is that what we're doing?
Harrispex fried chicken.
Sure. Yeah, Harrispex fried chicken. And then the stalwarts, the ever-present Venom Thropes. So a couple of units of these.
Yeah. Expect these in every detachment.
As I said, you're increasing the durability of these elite units. You know, if you're targeting 6 Hive Guard, they've got a 6 up feel no pain, they've got cover, they're -1 to be hit, and then you're going to bring back a model every turn.
Yeah.
All of that is going to add up over the course of a game, and it's a real problem. You're probably starting to notice the trend of Venom Throats being in every single list.
Yeah.
They're so good. Expect it. Kill them if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I genuinely think that there's certain units that just work in every single detachment.
Yes.
Venom Thropes, Warriors,
Hive Tyrant, obviously.
Hive Tyrant.
Swarm Lord, I mean.
Winged Prime seems actually really viable now in all of these.
Yeah.
So, I genuinely think that this detachment alone is, A, going to be the most fun.
Yeah.
And B, it still has a competitive play to it.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
It's not one list where you go, it's fun, but is it going to do the damage?
No, exactly.
You are absolutely making the most of your units.
Yeah.
And it's actually very Tyranid.
It is.
Like,
it's one of the most thematic ones. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so glad that they put it in there.
yeah, definitely.
It's a very, very cool way.
Yeah,
It's also very funny.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I love the fact that Harrispexes have a place in a detachment so much because I've not really seen them on the table before.
They're really gross.
Yeah,
Tell you that much.
yeah, they're very gross, but it's awesome to see that these
Yeah.
guys and Pyrovores, and this is the beauty of having multiple detachments.
Yeah.
Is there is going to be a place for pretty much every data sheet in
Yeah.
one way or another, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, awesome.
we've
mate.
even found a place for Tyrant God.
These guys questionable, right?
Struggling, right?
Very struggling to put them in any detachment. However, they do have a place in
Yeah.
certain
Yeah, exactly.
situations. Brilliant, mate. Thank you for running through this with me.
That's all right.
Mate, this actually is my favourite.
Yeah, I kind of want to run this at some point
yeah.
on stream. I think it'd be really, really fun. We just have to find 2 more Harrispexes.
Exactly. Yeah, we need to. We just need to get more Harrispexes, mate. More
Yeah.
Combine Harvesters.
Or, exactly.
More Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. But yeah, anyway, guys, put your comments below. Let us know if there's any other units that you think would work well in this detachment, or anything, any questions you have about it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah,
And we're doing a masterclass on the Tyranids.
okay,
Every single detachment,
everyone.
how it plays, what it plays like on the table, what's the mission,
Yep.
what do you target first,
Yep.
what questions do you need to ask,
How it deploys.
how it deploys, what's the biggest gotchas,
Yeah.
all of that about every single detachment you're going to learn in this masterclass.
Yep.
So sign up, the link is below.
Exactly. But yeah, thank you very much, and we'll see you in a video very soon.